viewers, this is Lucy Moria of Lucy Moria Network. Welcome to our show this afternoon. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that you don't miss any of our shows. Thank you so much for the continued support and the subscription that you have done, and we are doing so well. I promise to bring guests who are going to change our lives and going to get advice from. And today we have a guest, and his name is he is a franchise director of virtual airtime vending software in Kenya. It is called VAA, right?
Virtual airtime vending.
Virtual airtime vending software.
Virtual AVS.
And so today we have the country director, that is Cornelius Mutisia. And Mutisia is going to offload a lot of knowledge and wisdom here today. Mr. Mutisia, welcome to our show. And can you please introduce yourself? Tell us who Mutisia is. What is this vending software? What is it?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on this show. Good afternoon. Let me say good afternoon, viewers. My name, of course, we've been told, is Cornelius Mutisia. Born and brought up basically in Machakos. I grew up in the village. And I went to school. I attended the University of Nairobi. I trained basically as an interior designer way back in the late 80s. So in the 1990s and 2000s, like for 21 years, I practiced interior design in this city, Nairobi. Of course, with good success. I ran my own farm. And later, you know, I decided to venture into other things as well. And the reason why I chose to venture into other things is not because I was not happy with the interior design, of course. It was successful. But I wanted to do things that, you know, make an impact on the masses, make an impact on society, things that make lives much, much better. So in a nutshell, that is who Cornelius Mutisia is.
So Cornelius, like you are talking, you are like you did things, you did your own things. It means that you've never been employed by government or anybody in your life?
I left college in 1989, and I worked for an advertising company for about 2 years. And, you know, I worked with, you know, people who showed me ways around the city. And I decided the amount of effort that I was putting in to work for other people, I could actually put it in to work for myself. And the moment that occurred to me, I realized it is better to actually just start early. Start early and start building yourself early. Because, you know, not everybody fits in employment. Not everybody can fit in business. But the moment you discover where your strength is, and the earlier you do it, the better. The earlier you get yourself to fit in, the better. And that's how, after 2 short years of, you know, advertising, I realized really what I wanted to do was run my own outfit so that I can bring out my own identity and be able to give service to the larger society.
And that's what you did?
As an interior designer.
That's what you did?
Yes, that's what I did.
So out of those things, you decided that you want to show your own identity. What are some of the businesses that you've done now?
Okay, in 1992, I set up the interior design firm called Display House. And I did a lot of work. I did interiors for the UN agencies. I did interior design. I put up one of the lounges at the airport. You know, I really did a lot of work in this country, a lot of work. And what happens is most of the institutions we have of learning, and especially institutions of higher learning, have a way of teaching us to become professionals, but they may not show us how to become business people. So it so happened that I realized every time I got large projects, I did them well, I executed, but I realized I was the business. Without me, there was no business. And I didn't have a way of getting to scale up my business, really to grow it big. So I kept on asking myself, what is it that I needed to put in place so that I can now start becoming a business, so to speak. Yeah. And it is in the course of all that that I realized there are a few things that are probably missing in our education system. That we teach professionals, but we might not equip them with adequate skills. So they end up either working all their lives, and probably they are not able to, develop things that work for them, so to speak, things like assets and what have you. And it is out of that drive to want to develop things that will work for me, probably when I'm not able to exchange my blood and sweat for money. That is really what drove me to want to, run my own thing and also find a position where I could move on from where I worked for myself to, other things working for me.
So immediately 2 years after your college, you were hired by somebody, and from there, 2 years only, you decided to juggle your way out and start your own businesses, which maybe you tell us about them. And today, you happen to be the country director of this franchise, this virtual airtime vending software. How long have you been with this software company?
Okay, let me probably just go a bit back. I practiced interior design for 21 years, up to around the year 2011. And, while I was in the city doing shopping, I walked into a shop where somebody had hung a small poster written, "Make money for life, ask me how." And that really marked a turning point. Because I asked myself, I work very hard in interior design. I had really to run long hours of work.
That means you have to be actual, yourself in that business.
I was the business myself, The business was me. Save for...
The day you are sick, it doesn't work.
Yeah, you go to the funeral, the business is in the funeral, you know what I mean? So, what I had to do was find out what is this that makes money for life. And
what did that advertisement read like?
It was just a simple catchphrase. Make money for life, ask me how.
Make money for life, ask me how.
Ask me how.
So you wanted to know how to make money for life.
Yeah, and this was a lady who was selling actually, photocopiers. And I wanted to find out, okay, these are photocopiers. What do they have to do with, what she's talking about? So she introduced me to network marketing. And she introduced me to network marketing in a way where the product is very relevant. She introduced me into distribution of airtime using networks. Something that worked in a very, very simple way. Something that was very, very easy to understand. A situation where now you started leveraging on other people's time. You leverage on other people's, resources and all that. So that all of you can put your efforts together and benefit together. The moment I understood that concept, then I took a break from interior design. And I decided now I wanted to get myself into networking. And I joined a company where I was able to build a very, very big network. Within a period of like 2 years, I had over 75,000 members in my team. Now, network marketing works in such a way that from each and every member, whenever they do some activity, the system basically just gets you a small share of whatever they are making. It's like an algorithm. And it puts it in, in your wallet and you earn some money. So I did that until, say, around mid-90s, mid-2015, 2016. Then, I now decided I wanted to do this in a much, much bigger way. And I went out now to look for a company that I could work with.
The same direct marketing?
The same direct marketing. So the year 2000, when everybody was at home, with Corona and fearing to venture into anything, and nobody wanted to start anything new, that is when I came across virtual airtime vending software. An American company that had been put together by people who had worked in the telecommunications industry for a very, very long time. And these are people who discovered the power that is in airtime. Because when you look at this world today, as we speak, in terms of timing, everybody has money for airtime. Everybody contributes money for airtime. Everybody has budget. Everybody must put money in airtime. So that is where money is headed. So even during the corona, this was an industry that was growing very, very fast.
Why do you mean that the people you were working with, you are not supposed to be walking around and meeting people, you're supposed to be masked in the town? How are you marking? How are you building the network and still there was corona?
Okay, I accepted a business at a time when people were not mingling. But the point here is, in fact, when people sat in their houses more, they tended to spend more on airtime because education was was being transacted through online platforms. Because again, our children were not going to school. So
people went to Zoom.
Yeah, so it called for more expenditure on airtime. If you look at the spike in spending on airtime at about that time, you'll be shocked when all the other industries were like ailing. Telecommunications was actually shooting. So this was a big opportunity. It was a good opportunity. So what the Americans had done is that they had brought together 347 telecommunication companies.
Mr. Mutisia, now here you are, all where you've done all these things. And what I noted is there was a big switch from your career, designing career. You switched from something that you went to school for to something that you never went to school, something that which is not taught in the universities. You talked about skills, not what, and I think this business needs skills. Wasn't it that a very big risk? How did you switch? Just decided to take a risk or what?
You know, success is always on the other side of risk. You know, people fear. And fear can be very, very unfounded. So if you focus on what you really want, you'll be surprised. The risks and the fears, you take care of them as you go along. So I didn't really stop to focus on the fears that are involved in changing. Because if you look at life as we live it, every moment is an opportunity. And you either decide to, put your energy there or let it pass. So for me, the issue of risk really didn't weigh much. I needed some change. I'd been doing interior design for too long, and I wanted to make money. Sometimes I say, you might be surprised if you want to start making money. You may have to stop working so that you can focus on what really matters.
Reorganize.
Yeah, you focus on the money, because you focus on the money, then money grows. So at this point in time, I realized that the Americans have a fantastic system. I'm not exactly techno-savvy, but, if you focus on the money, the rest of the things actually do fall in place. So
money motivates you?
Yeah, money motivates me.
So on this thing, the digital, the software, for me when you mention software,
yes,
I just see a lot of ICT things there, and yes, I'm like, wow. Do you taken any classes for ICT? What was this is not your background.
No.
So does it mean that this business can work without or with this background?
Okay. When I talk about a software, I'm basically talking about a platform where anybody can plug and play. It's very, very simple. And ideally what you require is probably just a phone or just the ability to access the internet. You'll be good to go. So the business that I'm talking about here has been simplified so much that what you basically require is to just download an app, create an account, and you are on.
So you need a phone?
Yes, you need a phone.
A good phone?
Yes, you need a good phone.
So you don't need any ICT background?
Not necessarily. If you can operate M-Pesa, you can operate this business.
So when you started, did you need any money for startup? Did you saved any money, or this business just gives you like hustlers' money is being given?
There are two levels of doing this business. There's a level where you want to run the business from an office. Then there is a level where you want to do the networking. Where you want to do the networking, then it's a simple plug and play. Sometimes people ask me, what can you do with 20,000 shillings? In fact, with less than 20,000 shillings, you can get into this business and make it big.
How much is that now? How much would you really need to get this business, which you can do when you're in bed, you have no office, and you have no background of ICT, and you roll and become a country franchise director like you?
To set up the franchise, of course, we needed to set up an office, which we have in the city center, Kimathi House. But for that person who simply just wants to plug into, to plug into the network, they simply just need to raise a small capital of 18,000 shillings. And with that, you will build a network and you'll be able to earn 4 streams of income, which actually run concurrently. So it's not that big business where you're looking at big capital outlay. It is big business, but you require to do some networking. It is the networking that compensates that effort, that compensates for the difference. But I see a lot of, a lot of affordable funding or cash around the economy right now. I see people who can access money. Accessing 18,000 shillings to fund a business, which will pay you in millions, it's not something you come across every day.
Are you trying to say that you need 18,000 to get started in this business?
Yes.
Do you need an office?
You don't need an office.
Do you need a computer?
No, you don't need a computer.
Can tell the viewer what they need to get millions out of 18,000.
Our business works in a very simple way. You just download an application, that app, from the Google Play Store. You create your own account. It links you to the person who invited you. Once that is done, you basically just need, to invite people to join the business under you. The most important thing is that this business pushes airtime. In the airtime distribution, there are dealers, distributors, retailers, and so many. It's a long chain. All the money that goes into that distribution chain is basically what we give our members to share amongst themselves. And the moment you download the app, you create an account.
So let's go slowly.
Yes.
So you want to join that business?
Yes.
Are you joining or buying or starting? What is the word?
The first thing you do is you create a free account.
Who creates? So this is I've never been. I don't know how to create. I am like myself. Like you have no this background. Is there any training offered, or are you the one to do? Are you the one to show me how to do it?
Now,
is there anyone to guide me?
Number one, we've trained a lot of people over the last 2 years. We've trained a lot of people. Yes, we've trained a lot of people who conduct Zoom presentations every day of the week.
For free?
For free, yes. You join in, you get free training, and you'll also get support because we work in teams. The moment you create an account, we put you in one of our WhatsApp groups. And also we have Telegram groups where we'll be able to support you on a daily basis. Any answers you want, any detail you require, support you need people to come and present to your groups, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to avail people to come and, support
you. So, Mutisia, you told me that this switching of jobs, the taking of risks, for you are motivated by money.
Yes.
The mention of the big monies motivated you.
Yes.
There's someone out there, either they have no job,
yes,
either they are preparing to retire, either they have retired, and maybe they are also motivated by the word big money. Can you walk them in a simple language how they can get this job started? What do they need to do? Simple. If I wanted that job today, myself, I want millions. Yes, I'm retired, but I want millions. Walk me through.
Step number 1. Download the application. That app
Which application?
Is virtual airtime vending Virtual airtime vending software.
You go there to the kwa simu yako, unaenda kwa
Google Virtual AVS.
You upload the software.
Yes. So you download the app,
Uh-huh.
It will guide you on how to create your own account. It takes less than 2 minutes. And you are ready. You're actually ready
How
to
do you
start.
make money?
Now,
Because now here I am, I've downloaded. I have no job, but I wanted to make money. Show me how the process of money quick.
Now, what Virtue AVS has done is that they've gone, into agreement with 347 telecommunication companies across the world that they will be receiving discounted airtime. That discounted airtime gives you about 8.5% of whatever amount of airtime you purchase. And that discount is what gives you money. Now, this discount is shared in teams. When I talk about teams, I'm saying if you invite somebody into this business, it becomes part of your team. So the moment you've downloaded the app and you've created an account.
So it's my
you now
multi-level
start-
marketing.
Yes.
It is multi-level.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you start building a team. And we will give you the skills on how to build a team. So the more people, of course, you have in your team, the better. But there's a
So
way.
when I buy this airtime, yes, I go to my phone,
Yes.
Google, download
Yes.
the
app.
the software.
Yes.
It's here.
Yes.
So then what? So here I am. I want. How do I make the money? Because you said it's not difficult.
Yes.
You just start making money.
Yes.
So do I have to contact people? How do I make that money?
When you load your airtime using the
Do
app.
I start selling that airtime?
No, you don't sell airtime in our business. You don't necessarily sell airtime in our business. What you do is you load your airtime using the app.
I
through the
load
app.
the normal airtime.
The normal airtime from
Even the one from Safaricom.
Safaricom, Airtel, Orange, MTN.
So if I
and
have that software,
Yes.
and the times I buy my airtime,
Yes.
I'm making money.
Yes, when you buy your own airtime, you get
When I
your-
go to M-Pesa and buy my airtime,
Now you don't buy it from M-Pesa.
so I buy from my app.
Our software gives you what you call float. Even if you use the M-Pesa, you are buying float. That float gives you commission. And you can convert that float into airtime of any network across the world. So once you have that, once you have bought the float, you have already received the commission. And it is paid to your wallet in the app in dollars. So every time you buy float, you accrue,
You
those
accrue money.
commissions. Yes, you accrue the dollars.
Then I should be having a lot of money. I buy airtime all the time. So I upload, go Google,
Yes,
upload the software.
yes,
Then instead of buying my airtime from M-Pesa,
yes,
I be buying from the software.
yes.
And when I buy
Yes.
from them is when now I get the commission.
Yeah. It's
And that's it.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
It's simple behavior change. You stop buying from the normal methods, scratch cards and whatever.
You buy from
You
software.
start now loading from your software.
They
Now-
sell data, they sell everything.
No, once you get your airtime, you can convert to data and the other
data.
products. That's up to you.
So anyone can be in business.
Yes, anybody.
So
Anybody can make it.
I don't need to go for any trainings. You just pick your phone,
Yes.
go on Google,
Yes.
upload the software.
Yes.
So instead of buying your airtime,
Yes.
like I buy every day,
Yes.
instead of buying from software, from Safaricom
Yes.
or from Airtel,
Yes.
I buy from my software.
Yes.
So from there, I gain commission and it is in form of money.
Yes.
So viewers,
Okay.
mumesikia pesa ndio hii. Pesa hata hitaji ile 18,000 ile 22K ile mnapewa na Hustlers money, go take it. Buy a good phone. I think you should invest on a phone. Then go there, go on Google, download the software, and then buy your airtime from there. Then I can even be buying my friends' airtime. Can my friends buy from my software?
You can load airtime for anybody.
No, can someone shop from my software, or it is me who can?
What I'm trying to explain is, once you buy what you call the float, then you can load.
Distribute to anybody.
You can distribute.
I can
if
even
you so
sell.
wish. Yes.
I
you
can,
even
sell. I can
Yeah.
sell to my cameraman here.
Yes.
Mwambie hii airtime sasa ya 100 we lete 90 nikuwekee, because pale ninapata rahisi.
Yeah, but
Because if you are getting a commission, it is cheap.
Yeah.
Even it is for your own use,
yes,
right? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
yes. But also, like I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
to make it a business, then you need to build a network. Because you see, it's like, for example, if you open a hotel and you are the only person eating in that hotel, then that's not a business. You get? So it is in building the network that makes
So
a
how do you
difference.
build
Because
the
as
network?
we say,
As we finish?
yes, as we say, for you to make useful and to accrue a lot of commissions, then you will basically need a big network, and that is where we come in. We help you with the skills on how to build your network.
Also, your office helps with the skills.
Yes.
And when someone now you have uploaded, you
Yes.
are buying from it.
Yes.
If you are by yourself, it's
Yes.
like you having a shop and buying from your own self.
Yes.
For the shop to grow,
Yes.
you must invite other people and advertise your business for them to know.
Yeah,
So
no,
this
so to say.
advertisement, yours does not cost anything because you train them.
Yes, we train
So,
them.
Mutisia,
Yes.
if these viewers here today wanted to get you,
Yes.
and for them to come for training and all the guidance you're talking about of starting making money
Yes.
before the Hustler Fund is gone,
Yes.
where do they find you and how do they reach you? Can you tell them?
We are basically in Kimathi House in the city center. For those who would find way to the city center, we are in Kimathi House, 5th floor, 507. And of course, we are online, we are on social media. You will find us all over. You just key in Virtual AVS, www.virtualavs.com. You will see the local office, you see the local contacts. You find our content all over. It's on YouTube. We've recorded a lot. And basically, to engage us, you can reach us online as well, So.
And this business, when you're talking to the viewers, I'm sure you're not talking addressing the viewers in Nairobi only.
Yes.
There are those also in Kisumu, in Machakos, in Meru, in Kiambu, in all these outskirts of Kenya.
Yes.
And they also need a job.
Yes.
That is not involving them too much. A job that you can make money even during Corona. And everyone, like you're saying, uses airtime. Everyone. And you said here you don't need any ICT knowledge. All you need is a phone.
Yes.
I was actually worried because in this digital world, how is it practical to these elderly people like me and others? And you said you don't need that so much digital skills, right?
Like I said.
So how can you reach people in other places?
Like I said, once somebody shows interest, then basically we'll go and support them. And by support them, I mean we can train trainers who will be local to their area. Then two, the sort of skills that are required to operate this business are so basic that anybody, like I said, anybody who can operate M-Pesa can actually operate this. So long as you know how to load your M-Pesa and be able to, withdraw from the same. It's as simple as that.
So Mutisia, as we wind up now, I would like you again to look at the camera and advise someone who is looking for a job, someone who is retired, who is retired and wants money, wants solid cash, and someone who is planning to retire or would like to switch a job like you did. In very simple language, tell them how, advise them.
Thank you. I look at the way we are schooled, the way we went to school and the kind of, skills we were given and knowledge. And the one thing I noticed that was missing was that education about what to do with money. Our schools don't teach us money, unfortunately. And it's important that the end game is as strong as, any time in this life. People want to finish strong. People, when they lose their, ability to earn and all that, that is the time when they need the money most. So it is important in this life to make sure as we go through it, we develop and build assets that will be able to generate money for us as we grow older. And this is where Virtual AVS comes in. Because Virtual AVS, you start small, you build small teams, those small teams build other teams for you, and your income continues growing. So at that point in time when you need money most, you actually have the biggest teams. And your teams are your assets. Your teams are the ones that generate money for you. And that's why I'll insist at this point in time that the time to start is now. In fact, it's right now. Right now is a present. You must take good hold of it. Put in some little amount of money and start building a network. Social capital is everything in this life. Make very, very good use of it. You have friends, you have relatives, make sure you work with them to secure your future.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mutisia, the franchise director of virtual airtime vending in Kenya. And we're glad to have you here. And viewers, again, you've seen the kind of people we are bringing on board. They have a lot of knowledge in different areas. Kindly remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe so that you do not miss any of these shows. As soon as we are done, you get to be alerted that we are on with new shows that we upload twice or 3 times a week. Thank you very much, Mutisia.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.